Do you see it?
Yeah, it's visible now.
Okay. Um,
Close the Google window, the Meet window.
oh, I should. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, better. Yeah.
Okay. So this is my application, AstroForge, Interactive Aerospace Education with AI by Shriya Iyer. So this is my introduction. So the main goal of AstroForge is to make aerospace engineering easier to learn in a more interactive way. So aerospace engineering is a really broad subject, and many students find it difficult because there's so many different topics to learn. And instead of just reading only lessons, I wanted students to have a place where they could learn all the concepts step by step and also ask questions to an AI tutor whenever they need any help that's not already given inside the lessons, and then apply whatever they've learned in a mission simulation. And that way, the learning experience feels more connected and put together. So this is my problem statement. So when students begin learning aerospace engineering, they're introduced to topics like propulsion, aerodynamics, orbital mechanics, launch operations, and mission planning. So these topics are usually taught separately, so it can be difficult to understand how they all work together during an actual mission. So because of that, many students learn individual topics and they must understand it because they don't always see how one engineering decision affects another. So that's the gap that I wanted AstroForge to help address. So these are my real world insights one. So before designing AstroForge, I looked at how students prefer learning online. So the survey shows that most learners prefer structured online courses, especially when guidance is from an instructor or a tutor online. And that supported the idea of combining structured learning modules with an AI tutor instead of only providing reading material. And I wanted students to have guidance available whenever they always need it. So this is my real world insights. So for this one, it's basically students are more like likely to fail in in sorry, they're most less likely to fail in active learning environments rather than interactive learning. So for my interactive learning, it's basically between an AI tutor and then there's modules and then there's also quizzes to make sure that the student feels really comfortable with answering everything that they've learned in the module so far. So that's what this infographic shows. And this is just to show how much the job growth of aerospace engineering has increased over the years from 2023 to 2020 to 2033. So this shows that it's more in demand, so more people would want to understand the basics of aerospace engineering. Therefore, my site is helpful. So AstroForge combines several learning tools into one platform. So students begin with Rocket Academy 1, where they learn fundamentals of aerospace engineering, and then they move into Rocket Academy 2, which focuses on mission planning and engineering trade-offs before entering the mission simulation. And throughout the platform, students can also ask the AI tutor questions whenever they need additional explanations. And in the future, I'd like to continue expanding the lessons and improve the AI tutor so that it remembers previous conversations and add features like progress tracking and more personalized learning. Yeah, thank you. I can't hear you. You're muted.
Oh, sorry. It was a nice presentation. Maybe you can give me a demonstration of your product, and
Yeah.
then we can move on to the feedback part. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So this is my application. So this is my landing page, and then in the landing page, there's three buttons that you can click into. So the first one is Rocket Academy. There's two different types of Rocket Academies. One is for aerospace foundation, so you can learn all the fundamentals about aerodynamics. such as like forces and Newton's laws, anatomy of a rocket, propulsion systems, and etc. And then you can also ask an AI tutor if you have any questions, and it'll also remember previous conversations. And then Rocket Academy 2 is for mission planning. And also, each Rocket Academy has a common misconception, a core concept, practical application, engineering fact, and a module summary. Each module has 5 quizzes, has 5 questions in each quiz. And this is basically just to see if the student is really comfortable with whatever they've learned and understood everything. And basically, the main point of the Rocket Academy 2 is so that they can apply whatever knowledge they've learned into the mission simulators. So this is the mission simulation. So the Rocket Academy 2 teaches you stuff like total budget allocation and how everything is really important, how that's a really important part of aerospace engineering and mission planning. So once you adjust the sliders however you want, you can evaluate the mission plan, and then it'll give you a whole summary of whether your mission is a go or no go. Um, and it also gives you recommended actions on how you can fix your mission planning and make it better. So right now it was a go, and this shows the entire summary of how ready it is. And then there's also a student login over here so that you can either sign up with Google or you can just log in with your account. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Uh, got it. You can stop presenting now. Yeah. Like this is like a really good initiative, which I'd say, because the idea is firstly very unique. I didn't come across any student who was actually interested in space and wanted to help students like you to actually help learn all the topics and understand like all the mission simulation part of it. Okay. Um, what I felt is, yeah, the PPT was really good. It was really informative. You had like a lot of infographics over there, okay, and the numbers were also included. What I had suggest is that you can have another angle to it, like how much tutoring cost can we save in this process, because students might have to like get tutors who would actually help them understand everything. So your tool can really replace a tutor. Okay, so how much cost can we like save, and how many students are actually interested in aerodynamics and all that. So that part can be included. So you can include that in your presentation along with numbers. And other than that, there were some really good features. What I felt, there were different topics that you're trying to cover in this, and yeah, the quiz part. Okay. Is it like mandatory, like after every module that is completed, a student has to like give a quiz over there?
You can move on directly to the next module. Also, you don't need to get every single question right for the quiz before you move on to the next one. So it should just be like it's this there for you to attempt so that you can see if you actually learned everything properly and understood.
And you're tracking the progress as well, right?
Yeah. If you log in with your account, then it saves all your progress.
Okay, that's good. And even the chatbot was really good, like you mentioned, right? It all remembers the history and everything, so it'll
Yeah,
modify its response accordingly. Okay.
that was actually yeah, that was actually one challenge that I had when I was making the project because it wouldn't like remember the previous conversations. So yeah, that's something that I fixed over time.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Other than that, like, what all do you think can be like the future features that you'd like to develop in your product?
I'd like to have like progress tracking because right now it doesn't say that. Like it just saves whatever progress you've done, but it doesn't show how far you've actually come from where you started. So I'd like to add that. I'd also like to improve the memory because right now it only remembers the last 5 conversations, but then it like forgets after a while. So I'd like to really improve the memory to at least remember the last 20 conversations or like more because I
Okay,
feel like
but
that's important so they don't have to keep on explaining themselves.